So the last of unenviable tasks today falls to David, who I'm going to invite now to sort of try and pull together the 2 days that we've just had and produce some gnomic insights for you all to I'm not going to build this up too much for you, David, but some sort of brilliant thought that you can all take away. So, David, if you want to just round up, do you want to go to the lectern? Or do
if you want me to,
No, I do. I want you to go to the lectern.
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
Yes, thank you.
Great. Thank you. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to try and summarize the whole thing. I just maybe a couple of comments, really. I mean, I said a lot of us go to lots of events along the way. It's been fantastic. I mean, speaking for myself, it's been fantastic. Amazing range of extraordinarily interesting speakers. I think it's been fascinating to me that not only is there a vibrancy in the field, some of the young scholars coming up with amazing new insights, it's also equally interesting, frankly, to see some old scholars in the field who are coming up with new ideas too, right? It's got that vibrancy to it. We are certainly incredibly interested in taking some of those things and applying them in a range of areas. I do think key challenges, almost to summarize this chapter, this session and where we started, is for many of us, is for things that are working, we need to scale it up, right? And that's true for lots of areas. We need to go from the result is not, that's a fantastic trial, interesting though it is, how is it reaching and affecting the lives of citizens in a good way? And we have literally hundreds of trials now running in the world, across governments and places, and we need to see if we can get many of those to go to scale. I think we need to step up, I think, for many of us, in the sense that, are we ready to take on some of those bigger challenges in terms of market design, in terms of obesity, in terms of extremism and conflict? We should do so, I think, with humility. It's still a very young field, but we should genuinely try and take on some of those challenges and see, well, do we have something fresh to say from this discipline? Again, I think the last couple of days give me a sense that we could be optimistic about that. And then just to kind of drive home, which I know I've said it several times, I'll say it again, I really feel so strongly we need to bring the public with us. I think this event is itself an example of it. We've been open about it. Everything's been public on the record. I think it's much harder for at least the media to say, oh, it's shady or whatever, when actually everybody is being very open and straightforward about that. And I think we need to live that, both, of course, through respecting our elected bosses, but also to the public more generally. Maybe I should say, and if anyone else is going to do a final thank you, but obviously the traditional thank yous are very much due to those who've been behind the scenes organising this. Am I doing this, or someone else doing you thank yous? Oh, you're going to do some thank yous? Okay, well, let me just conclude, at least for myself, to say thank you to you all for being here, a fantastic event. And on a personal note, it's a wonderful thing to be able to do, to be in a field, in an area where you feel like you have many colleagues, you have many friends. It is intellectually incredibly interesting as a project, and you actually feel like, a bit cheesy, but you are genuinely working with people trying to make the world a bit better, and we're having that impact. So thank you for coming to this event. Thank you for Sloan Foundation, many others who've also supported it, and we look forward to working with you in the coming years, not least next year in the US.
This is, I have to say, the most and best organised conference I have ever. There has not been one element of anything that's happened to me. I wasn't here yesterday, but in the last day, that somebody hasn't really thought about. Even when I went to the gents, there was some sort of behavioural insight thing happening in the urinal. I mean, every single aspect. So, you know, I'm here to offer a few thank yous. And really thank you to the Behavioural Insights team, I'm sure from anybody who's not part of that, who've been working on this for 6 months. And there are a few people that I've been asked to offer a particular thank you to Tina, to Z, to Miranda, to Aisling, and to Andy Jackson. So a round of applause to all of them. There are two other people who have been absolutely daily involved, day and night involved with making this happen in the successful way that it has. That is Gabby and Hannah, who have just organised a brilliant conference. Gabby, you'd like to stand up? Gabby and Hannah. Got them in. In fact, we've got some presents. Look at this. You've got gifts.
Hannah and Gabby.
Right, okay. Hannah, that's for you. Gabby, well done. It's a very good book, I believe. I've started reading it myself. So all that's brilliant. Brilliant parallel sessions as well. Thank you to all of the people who were involved in organising some incredibly inventive and fascinating sessions. All of those, of course, will be on the website next week, so you'll be able to look at those. There'll be an email sent to you to tell you what's going on. In true BIT fashion, on your chair, I hope you found a feedback card. Evaluation is, of course, central to this conference. The baton will now get handed on to Harvard's Behavioural Insights Group in the US for BX2016. Lastly, David started to mention them, but let me run through them. I'd really like to thank all the sponsors and the partners, the Alfred Sloan Foundation, the Center for Public Impact, Harvard's Behavioural Insights Group, Nesta, and the World Bank. Thank you to all of them. Final thought. For those of you who weren't here when I opened the conference this morning, this will be completely weird, but I'm going to carry on. We have feasted on red ant grubs today, and you are about to emerge as large blue butterflies. I want you to unfurl your wings. I want you to fly into the sunshine. And as Richard Thaler has said, I want you to nudge for good. Thank you all very much for coming. Hopefully see you again next time.